21 matches to reach 2,000 runs and 14 matches to reach 3,000 runs. With that being said, do you feel you're getting better over time in the format?
How's it, Nathan? I haven't seen that stat. I guess that's what the stat would suggest. Um, I'm a lot more comfortable with my game, better understanding of my game as well over the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm really just confident. So, I mean, firstly, obviously, super happy that I was able to get to another milestone. The dream was always to just represent the country. So these kind of feel like it kind of feels like a bonus. But yeah, it does feel like I'm understanding my game a lot better.
Thanks, Nathan. Stu?
Thanks, Lucy. Hello, Temba. Notwithstanding the fact that so much time was lost to weather in that first game, what are the improvements you would like to see from your team as you look ahead to the second test match?
How's it, Stuart? Yeah, I think from a batting point of view, probably the batters just being a lot more ruthless. The guys who got the opportunity to get in, to really go on and get a big score for the team. That always obviously gives us a lot more time from a bowling point of view. Then I think from the bowlers, I think the bowlers did as best as they could considering what was in front of them. It was a miraculous effort from Keshav, basically bowling half the overs of the innings, you know. So yeah, I think from a bowling front, really not much that I could ask more from the guys. I think it's more the batting, and I think that's just a case of not having played a lot of Test cricket of late. And I think I'm confident that as batters, we would believe that if we get in those positions again, we'll be able to go and get a big score for the team.
Thanks, Stu. Morgan, then Keenan.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Temba. Temba, you kind of touched on what I was going to ask now. You guys haven't really had consistent teams throughout this year when it comes to Test cricket. We take into account that it's New Zealand and now you guys being in the Caribbean. But based on last week's performance, how confident are you guys going to this match? Because there were some seriously good moments for you guys. And as you touched on earlier, those seven sessions probably cost you guys dearly.
Yeah, I mean the confidence is growing within the team. Like I said before the tour, it's a young, inexperienced side, and I think with that, you know, guys need to see themselves performing well in certain parts of the game, and then obviously building from that confidence and those performances. If I look at the inexperience within the bat, you know, a guy like Tony at the front, him going on to get a half century in the first innings and then backing it up again in the second innings with a 40-odd score. I think he'll take a lot of confidence from that. Tristan Stubbs as well with his second innings half century. The way he went about it, I think, is what is exciting for us as a team. And we obviously know that the more and more he plays, you'll be able to find that right tempo and be able to play the way Tristan Stubbs can, where he can put bowlers under pressure. So, I mean, those are the little moments. I mean, there's more of them. Those are the little moments within the game we'd like to take. And like I said, I think it's just a case of us building on that, putting it all together, which I believe will really make us a formidable team.
Thanks, Morgan. Keenan.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Temba. Just with regard, you obviously the result was a bit out of your hands in the previous match, but looking forward, this match is quite important with regards to the World Test Championship and your aspirations to make the final. Just could you talk about how vital this match has now become with those aspirations in mind?
Yeah, I think it is. It is important. I guess to be honest, like any other game, it is important. Um, if I look at our goal when we came here to the Caribbean is to win the series, so we have to do so in the next game. We can't control the elements or the weather or anything like that. All we can control is how well we play and how we rock up, and that's what we'll be trying to do again. We'll have a look at the wicket and try to select a team that speaks to that. But that's really all that we can control and focus on.
Thanks, Keenan. Good goes here, then Artie.
Hello, Temba. Just day before the test last week, you announced the team. Do you have a team first?
Fortunately, I don't have a team as of yet. We've got training in about 2 hours' time or so. We'll have a team then. Yeah, there's not much else I can say at this point.
Thanks here, Artie.
Good afternoon, guys. Sorry, but so yeah, I'm just standing next to Artist by my count to medical Kuboga, basic and free case to one zone. Banethemba lokwakhlamba nokona bangaphumelela amadlona omdlalo. Kanjani imeko yabantu bolucala lapho eProvidence mhlawumbe baziva njani banethemba bangaphumelela umdlalo kuba usikhumbule eqalile West Indies laqebula ubetha South Africa West Indies ngebheko 2001.
Okay, mawalo bukhanye bendingayazi ke le 2001 kodwa ke nathi ke sizithembile singabadlali yokuba sizoyenza yonke into esikwazi uyenza ukuba siphumelele kulo mdlalo. Izaba mjilo ke namhlanje sine practice namhlanje apho khona ke sizazinika ithuba ukuba sikhe si understand imeko conditions alapha. Thina ke njengaba abakhetha iteam sizozama ikhetha iqela elizokwazi uphikisana ni West Indies apha kwezimeko. Kodwa ke xa senjonge i-confidence nokuzithemba zabadlali bazithembe kakhulu and bafocus kakhulu ukuba umuntu uzoyenza lento akhethwele yona.
Great, thanks, Kaniso. Talford.
Thanks, Lucy. Temba, given that you're probably going to have another slow pitch and there's rain forecast as well, do you think one of the lessons that you can add to that and what happened in the first test, do you think one of the lessons would be to try and score faster than you guys did in the first test?
I don't know. I think if we're really nitpicking, maybe we could you could look at that. I think if it's a slow wicket, obviously scoring quickly does become a bit tricky, especially when it's a first innings and you're actually trying to understand the conditions. I think that does become a bit dangerous. I think, like I said, with the batting, Telford, I think it's just for me, it's more the batters who got in going and get big. Also reducing the number of soft dismissals that we had in our first innings, and really putting a higher price tag or highest value on our wickets. But look, we wouldn't have predicted that we would have lost 7 sessions out of the possible 16 sessions in the game, out of the possible 20 right? Yeah, 20 sessions in the game, and that was always going to put us under pressure. So we can't control the weather. We can have it at the back of our mind, but I think you always want to play what is in front of you as well as we can, and I feel like that's what we'll be doing in this game as well.
Thanks, Talford. I think we'll go for those then, Nathan.
Thanks, Lucy. Also, Temba, that test in Trinidad was the first draw in 28 tests and the first of Aiden Malcolm's test career, and it's just not something we see that often anymore. I know the weather played a big role in that, but just in terms of how used to results and wins and losses we've become as test cricket viewers, what is it? How does the mindset shift when you know that maybe you can't win or lose? You have to kind of maybe settle for a draw. Is there any kind of change in thinking, or is cricket just way more attacking these days?
Well, I think in our case, in the previous game, there was obviously a little bit of frustration at the fact that, well, we felt that with a little bit more time, a result could have been possible. So I think there was a bit more frustration more than anything. Games ending as draws, like you said, are far and few between, and it wasn't the case of, both teams playing super well over 5 days. I'm yet to be in that situation. I think the last time I was involved in something like that was against Australia at the SCG, but that was also affected by rain. So yeah, it would be nice to be involved in a test where both teams play at their best. And at the end of the day, you can't get a winner. Test cricket has become attacking. You know, I think that's an obvious thing because of T20 cricket. But yeah, I think here in the West Indies in these conditions, I think it can be a bit tough to be overly attacking on slow wickets. Guyana might keep a bit low. So I think it really is old-fashioned test cricket. But like I said, we'll play what is in front of us. And if the opportunity is there for us to move the game forward, we'll try to do so.
Great, thanks. We're going to take a couple of follow-ups here, so we'll go Nathan then Zahia.
Bhakakhethe kha ufakela kana ne-T20 usafuna uqhubeka kudlala phambi ku-T20 okanye malithi sithini isiqondiso sakho sekamba kwe-T20?
Andiqondi uba siyayithuka loo nto Nathan uba andikho phaa kwesilaa qela le-T20. I think bekuzothethwa kakhulu if igama lam belifakwe phana. So inoba ibhetere ngelo hlobo uba ndingekho phaa. Kwangoku injongo ifocus ilapha kwi-test cricket. And ndizozama udlala as best as I can apho kuloo format. Kusekhona ne-50 over ke esizojongana nayo kule nyanga ilandelayo. And into endithembele kuyo mna kubana if ezo zihamba kakuhle enye nenye izazilungiselela. But ke njengoba nditshilo ke andiqondi uba siyayothuka sonke ukuba ndingekho kwelaa qela.
Thanks, Nathan. Zahia?
Obviously without, you don't have a say, but you said that Guyana is going to be a lot slower. It's going to be probably also taking turns a lot to the pass of you. Is there consideration of, Dane Pitt's in the squad, is there talk about possibly playing two spinners this week?
Yeah, definitely. I think a guy like Dane Pitt, he comes into the picture. And then maybe from a seam point of view, there might be a consideration with Nandre being the left arm option. Obviously, him as well would be helping a guy like Dane Pitt. I think from my side, it's just to get a better understanding of the conditions. To be honest, I didn't get opportunity to train on the facilities, so I can't really speak on the conditions. But like I said, that will be finalized sooner than later. But to answer your question, yes, there will be a strong consideration on the second frontline spinner, as well as another seamer.